Hello, my name is Dr. Corey Wren. I'm a vegan sociologist, a vegan feminist, and a vegan witch. Today we are going to be doing some very simple vegan herb crafting. So me and both of my brothers have pretty severe all year round allergies. Well, tolerable all year round, but come summertime, it becomes quite severe. And ever since moving to the United Kingdom, where I guess I have no tolerance for whatever trees and grass are growing here, it's become really, really unbearable. So first off, I will say I am on prescriptions for it's hay fever in the summer, I guess, but I do take medications all year round for it because sometimes I can't even breathe, which is awful. So I just wanted to say that, like, I deal with pretty severe allergies and do have to be medicated for that. But there are other things that I try to incorporate to sort of moderate my allergies, especially in the regular months of the year. Like June through August, it's a free-for-all. None of these things are going to really help. I need really, really strong medication in order to cope. But for everyday allergies, I live with 2 cats and a dog. I vacuum regularly. Downstairs, I actually vacuum every single day. And every time I vacuum, I mean, I'm talking I vacuum at least twice a week, the whole house. And the thing is always full of animal hair, like full, not even exaggerating, the vacuum canister, that is. So I'm living with animals, and that is never going to change. I will always live with animals. That's a non-negotiable. But also dust. I have to always keep the windows open because I live in the United Kingdom where air conditioning doesn't really exist. So today, for my Fahrenheit friends, it's about 80 degrees. The windows are going to be open, even though that means that lets pollen and all that kind of stuff in. But even just like going out on the streets, the last time I was in London, I had a really severe allergy attack where I thought I was coming down with a cold. And it turns out by the time I got back to Canterbury, where the air is cleaner, I started feeling a lot better. So those types of days, there's things that you can do. I've tried lots of different herbal concoctions, still experimenting with that. I don't know that I really believe that they're effective enough for like the hardcore allergy people like me. But one thing that I have been doing for many, many, many years is using a neti pot. So a neti pot is ayurvedic medicine. It's kind of like home care. It's it's South Asian in heritage. I found out about from one of my white hippie friends back in grad school. They gave me a neti pot, which now is no longer with me. I actually broke it a few months ago and have this new Aladdin genie design, which I don't actually prefer. I prefer the standard neti pot shape that's more square, because this actually, for some reason, the shape of it, the water gets on my face, and because we're doing oil in this, that can make you break out. So this isn't actually my favorite, but I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to use it until it breaks because it still works. So anyway, that's what a neti pot is, and I'm surprised actually a lot of people don't know about it. When my friends see me use it, they're like, whoa. But basically, it is simply a pot, a ceramic pot, and you fill it with boiled, clean, sterile water, salt, and you can, which is what I do, add oils. There's other types of mechanisms. I've seen an automated one, like battery operated, which is just junk for the landfill that will immediately break down, I'm sure. My friend likes the one that's a plastic bottle and you squirt it, so you have extra pressure, which is nice when you have a cold. So by the way, if you may not be suffering from allergies, but perhaps you have been traveling somewhere and it's really smoggy, or you've been on an airplane and you don't know what's been up your nose, or you just need a general cleansing if you have a cold, that's really good for sporadic use of the neti pot as well. It doesn't have to be a daily practice like it is for me. So anyway, here I am. Here's showing you how it works. Basically, just putting in a bit of salt. You cannot use regular salt because that has additives Sometimes they'll have baking soda in it. Sometimes there'll be iodine and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to put that up your nose. So make sure you get just regular old salt. I use the Himalayan pink salt because this is just straight up salt that comes from the rock. Like, it's just straight salt. And it's not really much more it is more expensive, I'll be honest, but it's not terribly expensive. I think I paid £5 for this bag, and it lasts me for months and months and months and months and months, probably a year. So yeah, then you fill it up with, what I basically do is in the morning, I have it all set up, and in the morning I boil water when I'm making my morning tea, and I make my tea, and then I fill up the neti pot and leave it to cool. The sweet spot with a neti pot is if you can get it to where it is just below warm, where it's getting close to room temperature, but maybe not quite. For whatever reason, your body likes that that temperature. It goes, if it's wintertime and it's been sitting out overnight, that's going to be terrible. Your body will seize, your skin will seize up, and it'll be difficult to get it to go through. Obviously, if it's too hot, you'll scald the inside of your nose, and that is not fun. If you're wondering, what am I talking about with my nose? Yeah, you actually put it into your nose. And that's the magic of this design, I guess. It goes all the way up your nostril, which is a bit creepy, but it goes into the nose. And then there's a space between your nostrils here that most people aren't aware of. But you pour that in, and it comes right back out the other nostril. And so it's not clearing all the way in the back where it really needs for hardcore sufferers like myself, but at least it's giving you a superficial level cleanse. So for instance, when I was in Avebury this summer, which is out in the middle of fields, it's ground zero for me. It's really, really horrible. We were going out on walks and hikes and walks, and I'd come back and just have to do neti pots to clear out, and it would help to get the stuff that had recently built in there. So that's the joy of a neti pot, some simple do-it-yourself herbal medicine. Now here's where the oil making comes in. So I used to buy pre-made neti pot additive oil. It comes in a little dropper and you drop it in, but it's expensive. I'll be honest, some of the oils in there are quite unique, and I've not been able to affordably procure them myself to replicate those recipes, but recipes abound on the internet for you to make your own with more obtainable essential oils. So you see from this one, I was just using essential oils that I had on hand. Rosemary is a really good one. Not only does it smell nice, but it has antibacterial properties. Super, super easy to find and inexpensive. I think I probably paid £6 or £7 for that, and that will last you a very long time. Some other ones I chose. Fir. I think most of the firs are also a bit antibacterial, but this one also sort of has a astringent effect, like rosemary as well. Kind of opens up the passages. You can use. I think you can also use eucalyptus. Palmarosa. This comes from South Asia as well, and this is a recommended one. I don't know how to describe it. Sort of a florally sweet, woodsy. Not my favorite smell, if I'm honest, but it's good for the nasal passages. And then just for good luck, I put in a bit of the holy basil. It doesn't want to focus. Go all the way back here. Tulsi, holy basil, and this one is definitely a very medicinal. It smells quite like cinnamon, actually. So I put those in there, and a few drops of each. This is just an old salad dressing bottle, and I have used organic olive oil. In the past, I've used unrefined olive oil. This time I couldn't find that, so I just went with organic, because this is going straight into your nasal passages. It's going to go straight into your bloodstream if there's any weird stuff in there, so you don't want to do that. So I go with the nice organic stuff. Add a few. I think I went the hardest with rosemary. I probably put 15 drops of that in there, but this will last me for a very, very long time, because I'm only putting a tiny drop drizzle into the oil. So into the neti pot. So why do that? Obviously you get the effects of the essential oils, but also the oil helps to lubricate your nasal passages as well. It's also quite nice in the wintertime when things get dry. So I would recommend giving it a go. If you suffer from allergies, perhaps try just putting this into your regular routine. If you are sickly with a cold or you want to be prepared for your next cold, it's also a nice thing to have on hand. And also they make travel ones of these, so you can take them with you when you're around sick and nasty people on the airplane, snotting and sneezing everywhere. And also just the dry air of the airplane, of course, is quite nasty, isn't it? So there you go. Totally vegan, not tested on animals, and you made it with your own two hands.